Welcome in, everyone. Ready to dive into 2025. It's the year of the wood snake. And we're not talking about dodging reptiles in the jungle or anything.
Right, more like shedding those old habits and embracing some serious personal growth.
We've got astrology charts, ancient wisdom, even some style tips, all pointing to a year of some major transformation. It's like the universe is saying, hey, time for a makeover inside and out.
It's fascinating how, in the Chinese zodiac, the energy of each year really impacts everyone, not just those born in that specific year. And the snake, known for wisdom and intuition, is getting amped up by the wood element this time around. Think growth and persistence.
Okay, so picture like a tree persistently reaching upwards, bending with the wind, but always growing stronger. That's the wood snake energy, right?
Exactly. But it's not just about strength. It's also about shedding what no longer serves us, like a snake shedding its skin to make way for new growth.
I love that analogy. So less Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom and more Marie Kondo and tidying up our lives.
You got it. Cleaning out those mental and emotional closets to make space for what truly matters.
Speaking of cleaning house, our sources mention some pretty intense astrological events happening right at the start of the year. Mars and Venus retrograde. Can you break that down for us? Those words can sound a little intimidating.
Think of retrogrades as a cosmic pause button. Mars retrograde hits first and might make you rethink your goals. Like, am I really chasing what I want? It's a time to reassess.
Gotcha. So it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Not at all. It's an opportunity. Then Venus retrograde follows, and this one has us looking at our relationships and values. Are those connections really supportive? Are you truly living in line with your values? It's a time for some honest reflection.
So no rash decisions, but rather a time to refine our direction. Last year during Venus retrograde, I actually ended a friendship that had become, well, pretty toxic. Tough at the time, but ultimately it cleared the way for much better relationships.
That's a perfect example. These cosmic shifts can push us towards positive change, even if it's uncomfortable initially.
And later in the year, we have Jupiter, the planet of luck and expansion, moving into Cancer. I know Cancer is all about emotions and nurturing, right?
Exactly. It's bringing a focus on emotional security and those meaningful relationships.
So we're shedding what's no longer working, finding our emotional center, and then building stronger bonds. Wow, this wood snake year has sounded like quite the journey.
It is. But we can't forget about this rare Saturn-Neptune conjunction happening in April. Saturn is all about discipline and structure, while Neptune is dreams and intuition.
So a clash of the titans.
Not exactly. Think blending those seemingly opposite energies, taking practical steps towards your dreams.
So no more just daydreaming about writing that novel or starting that business.
Exactly. Time to put those dreams into action. And this conjunction is especially potent for those born in a snake year: 1929, 1941, 1953, 1965, 1977, 1989, 2001, 2013, or, of course, 2025. It's their Ben Mingnian, their zodiac birth year.
Ben Mingnian, that sounds intense. What does that actually mean for them?
It's a year where their classic snake traits, resourcefulness, adaptability, and that air of mystery are amplified. It's like they're the main character in the cosmic play this year. But it also comes with potential clash with Tai Sui, the god of age in Chinese tradition.
Hold on, Tai Sui. That sounds a little ominous.
It can be. It's like walking a tightrope, exhilarating but requiring careful balance.
So it's a big year for snakes, full of potential, but also some cosmic hurdles. Before we get too deep into Tai Sui, though, I'm curious how this wood snake energy will influence everyone else.
Well, just like a tree impacts its whole ecosystem, the wood snake energy is rippling outwards. It's prompting everyone to embrace personal growth and become the best versions of themselves.
So we're all getting a piece of this transformation pie. But what does that look like on an individual level?
Well, that's what we'll be diving into next. We have insights for each animal: the rat, ox, tiger, you name it. But one thing to remember is that while this year is generally positive, those snakes facing their Ben Mingnian need to be extra cautious with that Tai Su situation looming.
Okay, snakes, buckle up. We'll get into more detail on that later. But for now, let's explore how each sign can ride this wave of wood snake energy. Up first, we have the rat.
Rats are known for their smarts and adaptability, and 2025 is turning those strengths up a notch. Think career advancements, maybe even leadership roles.
It sounds like it's going to be a pretty good year for our rat listeners.
It definitely has potential. It's not just about climbing the ladder, though. This year also encourages them to foster strong personal relationships, finding joy in those deeper connections.
So career, A&D relationships, a double win. But is there anything they should watch out for?
Just one word of caution: Don't let success go to your head. Overconfidence could lead to setbacks.
Stay grounded, rats, even as you're reaching for the stars. Now, what about the ox? What does 2025 hold for them?
The Ox's stability and reliability are going to be major assets this year. It's a great time to consider a career change, maybe going for something more fulfilling.
So a career glow up for the ox. I like the sound of that.
Definitely. Their professional and social standing is likely to rise, which could even lead to some unexpected romantic attention.
Ooh, a career glow up and some romance. Sounds like a winning combination.
It does. But oxen should be mindful of potential conflicts in their love life. Clear communication is key to avoiding misunderstandings.
So speak your truth and don't be afraid to address those tricky relationship issues head on. Good advice, oxen. Now let's hop on over to the rabbit. Are they hopping into a year of good fortune?
The ragged is actually considered one of the luckiest signs this year. All their hard work is finally paying off. Think stability and security, especially in career and finances.
That's music to any rabbit's ears. But with increased financial success comes responsibility, right?
Absolutely. It's a good time for them to focus on smart investments, like real estate or maybe even furthering their education. And while romance is definitely on the cards, they should be careful when choosing a partner.
Always good advice. Protect that big heart, rabbits. And speaking of hearts, are there any other significant areas where the rabbit should focus their energy this year?
Their health is key. Maintaining a balanced lifestyle with exercise and healthy eating will help them enjoy all the good fortune coming their way.
So far, we've got rats reaching new heights, oxen finding love and success, and rabbits enjoying a lucky streak. Now, let's get back to the star of the show, the snake.
As you might expect, the year of the snake is particularly potent for them. All their natural strengths, intelligence, charms, strategic thinking are amplified.
So time for the snake to really shine.
Exactly. It's a year of immense potential, especially career-wise. Maybe launching new ventures?
But we can't forget about that whole Ben Mingnian and Tai Sui situation, right?
Right. Snakes need to be extra careful this year, especially with indulgence. That desire for pleasure and comfort could become a pitfall, particularly in romance.
So responsible pleasure seeking.
You could say that. Balance and healthy boundaries are crucial, and for their overall well-being, finding ways to cultivate inner peace and stay grounded is key.
So snakes, it's your year to make big moves, but remember to take care of yourselves too. Now before we move on to the other signs, let's dig a little deeper into this Tai Sui business.
It's definitely a fascinating and sometimes misunderstood aspect of Chinese astrology. Think of Tai Sui, the god of age, as a powerful cosmic force. Clashes with it can create obstacles and bring misfortune.
Yikes, that doesn't sound good. But there are ways to mitigate those negative effects, right?
Absolutely, and we'll be exploring those in detail later on. But for now, let's continue our zodiac breakdown with the monkey. What's in store for them in 2025? Monkeys are known for their quick thinking and adaptability, and this year, those traits are their secret weapons. It's all about leveraging their intelligence and making strategic decisions, especially in their careers and finances.
Sounds like a year for the monkey to really outsmart any obstacles that come their way.
Exactly. They've got the potential for breakthroughs, new opportunities, maybe even some unexpected wealth, but there is one area that requires a little extra attention.
I bet I can guess. Relationships.
You got it. Love and communication will require some careful navigation. There could be distractions, misunderstandings.
So clear communication and setting those healthy boundaries will be key for monkeys to thrive in 2025. What about their health?
Maintaining a proactive approach is key. Exercise, stress management, prioritizing mental and emotional well-being, all essential.
Okay, monkeys, it's time to get strategic, communicate clearly, and prioritize your well-being. Now on to the rooster. Are they crowing about their good fortune in 2025?
Roosters can definitely look forward to a year of rewards and growth, especially in their careers. Their hard work and dedication will be recognized, and that could mean promotions, salary increases.
Sounds like it's time for the rooster to finally get the recognition they deserve.
Right. Our sources also suggest potential financial gains, maybe through investments or smart money moves.
But like with a rabbit, managing that wealth responsibly is key. What about their relationships?
Open communication and tackling challenges head-on will be crucial. No sweeping things under the rug.
Speak your truth and nurture those close relationships, roosters. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground already. Let's pause here for now. We'll dive into the remaining signs: the dog, pig, dragon, tiger, and horse in the next part of our deep dive.
We'll also explore those Tai Sui remedies in detail and even talk about the fascinating world of snake jewelry and its symbolism.
So stay tuned for more astrological wisdom and guidance on how to make the most of the 2025 year of the Wood Snake. We'll be right back. Welcome back to our deep dive into the 2025 year of the Wood Snake. We've already explored how this energy of renewal and transformation might play out for the rat, fox, rabbit, snake, monkey, and rooster.
And now it's time to see what's in store for the rest of the zodiac: the dog, pig, dragon, tiger, and horse.
I'm really curious to see how each animal interacts with this wood snake energy. It's like everyone's getting a personalized cosmic upgrade.
Yeah.
So let's start with the dog. What can they expect in this year of shedding skins and embracing change?
Well, for dogs, 2025 is all about trusting their gut and heading in a new direction. It's a year that really encourages them to shake things up, maybe even step out of that comfort zone a little.
I have a close friend who's a dog, and she's always been super loyal and dependable, but she's also been talking about wanting a career change for a while now. I think this is the year she finally takes the leap.
It's definitely possible. This year's energy is all about supporting dogs in exploring new career paths, maybe taking on new responsibilities or even starting their own thing, aligning their work with their passions.
That's encouraging. But change can also be a little scary, even for people who are normally pretty adaptable. What advice do our sources offer for dogs who are navigating these potential shifts?
The key is remembering that change doesn't have to be this huge, overwhelming thing. It can start with small adjustments like shifting perspectives, maybe exploring new hobbies, or even just being open to possibilities they hadn't considered before.
So, baby steps towards a bigger transformation. Makes sense. What about the dog's personal life? How will this wood snake energy influence their relationships?
Their relationships, especially romantic ones, might need a little extra attention this year. There could be challenges coming up that stem from a need for a stronger emotional connection or a desire for more depth in their partnerships.
So it's a good time for dogs to really communicate their needs and expectations openly and honestly.
Exactly. It's about fostering that deeper intimacy and making sure their relationships are really supportive.
And how about the dog's health in 2025? Any advice on that front?
This year really emphasizes mental and emotional well-being for the dog. Finding healthy ways to deal with stress, practicing mindfulness, and creating a peaceful home environment will be super important for maintaining balance.
So it's about taking care of their inner landscape while they're navigating those external changes. Got it. Now let's move on to the pig. What's in store for them in this year of introspection and renewal?
The pig is entering a year of some serious self-discovery. It's a time to turn inward focus on personal growth and cultivate a deeper understanding of themselves.
I could definitely see how that aligns with this whole wood snake energy. It's like the pig is being called to shed those external distractions and really connect with their inner wisdom.
Exactly. And it's interesting because their career and finances are actually likely to be pretty stable this year, which gives them a solid foundation to really explore their inner world without those external pressures.
So it's less about chasing achievements and more about nurturing their soul. Are there any specific practices our sources recommend for pigs to help with this process of self-discovery?
Things like meditation, journaling, or even just spending time in nature could be incredibly beneficial. These practices can help them tap into their intuition, clarify their values, and really get some insight into what they're truly passionate about.
It's like they're getting the space and the tools to reconnect with their most authentic selves. Love that. What about their relationships? How will this introspective energy influence their interactions with others?
Well, their relationships, especially with loved ones, will benefit from this newfound self-awareness. They'll be more in tune with their own needs and boundaries, and that will help them communicate more effectively and build more fulfilling connections.
So it's a ripple effect. Inner growth leads to stronger, more genuine relationships. And what about the pig's health this year? Any advice in that department?
Maintaining a healthy lifestyle is key, both physically and emotionally. Things like making sure they get enough sleep, nourishing their body with healthy food, managing stress levels, and doing activities that bring them joy and a sense of peace.
It sounds like a recipe for a really fulfilling year, inner exploration, meaningful connections, and a focus on well-being. Now let's switch gears a bit and talk about the dragon. They're known for their boldness and ambition. How will their energy blend with the year of the wood snake?
Oh, the dragon is in for a dynamic and potentially very prosperous year. The snake's wisdom and strategic thinking are going to complement their natural charisma and drive. It's a pretty powerful combo for success.
So it's like the dragon is getting a cosmic power-up.
You could say that. This energy could lead to big breakthroughs in different areas of their life, whether it's going after their career goals, expanding their business, or even taking on leadership roles.
It sounds like a year for dragons to really make their mark on the world. But, with great power comes great responsibility, right?
Yeah.
Are there any potential pitfalls they should be aware of?
The key for dragons this year is to balance their boldness with a little bit of restraint. Their natural tendency to be impulsive and assertive might need a little tempering in the year of the wood snake.
So thinking before they leap and really considering how their actions might affect others.
Exactly. It's about channeling their energy in a strategic way and finding ways to collaborate effectively to achieve their goals.
What about their love life? Are sparks flying for the dragon in 2025?
Their love life will definitely be filled with passion and excitement. They might find themselves attracting new romantic interests or experiencing a deepening of those existing relationships. But again, balance is going to be super important here.
So what's the love advice for our fiery dragon friends?
They need to be mindful of how they communicate. Their directness, while it can be refreshing, can sometimes come across as a little harsh. Practicing empathy and really listening to their partner will be essential for keeping things harmonious.
So tempering that dragon fire with a little sensitivity and understanding. Got it. And how about the dragon's health? Any specific recommendations for them in 2025?
They really need to watch their energy levels and avoid burning themselves out. Things like stress management techniques, prioritizing rest, and finding healthy ways to recharge will be super important for their well-being.
Okay, dragons, fly high, but don't forget to take care of yourselves along the way. Now let's talk about the tiger. They're another sign known for their boldness and determination. How will the year of the wood snake impact them?
Tigers are in for a year of accelerated growth and transformation. The snake's influence will encourage them to step outside their comfort zones and take on those new challenges, pushing them even further towards their goals.
It sounds like a year for tigers to really roar and make their presence known.
Absolutely. They'll have lots of opportunities to expand their horizons, go after what they're passionate about, and make significant progress in both their personal and professional lives.
Are there any specific areas where this accelerated growth might be most noticeable?
Their career and personal development are definitely highlighted. This might be the year they consider taking on leadership roles, starting new ventures, or even going back to school to level up their skills.
So it's a year for bold moves and big leaps forward, but are there any potential challenges they should be aware of?
That natural tiger impulsiveness might need a little taming in the year of the wood snake.
So pausing to think things through before charging ahead.
Exactly. It's about channeling that energy strategically, making calculated decisions instead of just acting on impulse. This will help them avoid taking unnecessary risks and really make the most of the opportunities that come their way.
And how will their relationships be affected in 2025? Any love lessons for the tiger?
Their relationships, especially romantic ones, are going to be pretty dynamic and intense. Honesty, communication, and compromise are going to be super important for navigating those inevitable ups and downs. That strong tiger can sometimes lead to conflicts, so learning to find common ground will be crucial.
So finding that sweet spot between assertiveness and cooperation. Good advice. And what about their health? What should tigers prioritize in this area?
Maintaining a balanced lifestyle will be key for their overall well-being. This means incorporating physical activity, finding some good stress management techniques, and really prioritizing rest and relaxation.
So making sure they don't burn the candle at both ends while they're busy chasing their dreams. Makes sense. Now let's move on to our final animal, the horse. What can they expect in this year of the wood snake?
The horse is entering a year of introspection and careful planning. After all the excitement and busyness of the past few years, this might feel like a bit of a slowdown, but it's actually a really valuable opportunity for them to set the stage for future success.
So less about galloping ahead and more about taking stock and charting a course.
Exactly. It's a time for them to really reflect on their goals, reassess their priorities, and make some strategic plans for what they want to achieve.
Are there any specific areas where they should focus their energy during this more introspective period?
Career and finances definitely need some careful consideration this year. It's not a time for making impulsive decisions, but more about planning strategically and making calculated moves.
So thinking long-term and setting themselves up for sustainable success.
Precisely. They might want to think about upgrading their skills, finding a mentor, or exploring new career paths that really align with their goals.
And how will this introspective energy affect their relationships? Will they be spending more time in their stables, so to speak?
Not necessarily. Actually, their relationships, especially romantic ones, will benefit from this increased self-awareness. They'll be better at communicating their needs, setting boundaries, and creating a more fulfilling dynamic with their partner.
So a year for deepening connections and building stronger foundations.
Nice.
What about their health? Any advice for horses in this area?
Maintaining a balanced lifestyle is going to be essential for their overall well-being. This means getting enough sleep, eating nutritious food, getting some regular exercise, and of course, finding healthy ways to manage stress.
Okay, so a holistic approach to well-being is key for the horse to thrive in 2025. Now, before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I want to circle back to something we touched on earlier, this whole Tai Sui thing.
Ah, you mean the god of age in Chinese tradition and the potential challenges that come with clashing with its energy?
Yes. We mentioned that those born in the year of the snake, as well as the pig, tiger, and monkey, need to be especially mindful of Tai Sui this year. But we haven't really gone into detail about what that means or what people can do about it.
It's definitely a topic worth exploring more. While the Year of the Wood Snake brings some amazing opportunities for growth and transformation, understanding how to work with Tai Sui can make navigating those changes a lot smoother and more positive.
So in the final part of our deep dive, we're going to uncover the secrets of Tai Sui, how it's playing out in 2025, and some practical tips for getting on a good side of this cosmic authority figure. Plus, we'll explore the fascinating world of snake jewelry and its symbolism, which I'm personally really excited about.
It's a fascinating topic. Snake jewelry has been used as a powerful talisman for centuries. In lots of different cultures, it represents transformation, healing, and protection.
So stay tuned for more astrological wisdom and guidance on how to harness the amazing transformative energy of this 2025 year of the wood snake. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the deep dive. We've covered how the 2025 year of the wood snake might shake things up for each sign, but now it's time for the elephant in the room. Or I guess the god of age in the zodiac. We're talking Tai Sui.
Yeah, Tai Sui. It's understandable why people might get a little freaked out about it.
A little. I'd say it sounds downright intimidating.
Right. But like I always say, knowledge is power. Once you understand how this energy works, you can actually work with it instead of against it.
Okay, so for those who might have missed the memo earlier, can you give us a quick rundown on what Tai Sui is all about?
Sure. So in Chinese astrology, Tai Sui is like this powerful cosmic force that moves around the zodiac every year. It's associated with Jupiter, the planet of expansion and good fortune, but it's also got a bit of a stern side.
So it's like Jupiter has this cosmic babysitter,
Yeah.
making sure things don't get too wild.
Exactly. And if your zodiac animal happens to be directly opposite Tai Sui's position that year, well, you're basically clashing with it. And that can lead to some, let's say, less than ideal situations. Think career setbacks, relationship drama, even health issues.
Okay, yeah, definitely not something you want to mess with. But the good news is we've heard there are ways to appease this cosmic authority figure. Let's get into those remedies and rituals.
One common practice is wearing or carrying special amulets. They're specifically designed to appease Tai Sui. A lot of them have the image of the deity connected to that year's Tai Sui position, kind of like a cosmic bodyguard.
So you're basically carrying around a peace offering to remind Tai Sui to be nice to you.
Basically. And it's not just about wearing them. Some people put these amulets in their home or office, especially in the direction where Tai Sui is that year. Strategic placement for maximum cosmic protection.
It sounds like a mix of ancient wisdom and feng shui. I'm already picturing a little Tai Sui corner in my apartment.
It's a cool tradition, and it goes beyond just amulets. Another way to approach it is by making offerings to Tai Sui, usually at temples or shrines. Things like incense, candles, food, even donations.
Like sending a care package to the cosmic gods hoping they'll be on your side. Are there certain offerings that work better than others?
It really depends on the year and which deity is connected to Tai Sui. But the most important thing is that you're sincere and respectful.
So it's not about bribing the gods, but about genuine reverence.
Right. And it goes beyond just physical offerings, too. People might meditate, chant mantras, or just try to be extra kind to others. It's about cultivating good vibes and aligning yourself with Tai Sui.
So it's a whole inner and outer approach.
Exactly.
Now, we've mentioned that those born in the year of the snake, along with the pig, tiger, and monkey, need to be extra careful with Tai Sui this year. Any specific advice for them?
Definitely. Snakes especially, they're facing their Ben Mingnian, which is like their zodiac birth year. And that's traditionally seen as a time of, well, kind of intense energy. It can be a bit unpredictable. It's like they're in the spotlight, and Tai Sui has front row seats.
So snakes, you've got to be on your best behavior.
It's not so much about behavior as it is about being aware and taking precautions.
Hmm.
Wearing a Tai Sui amulet, making offerings, doing things that help you feel grounded and peaceful. All good ideas.
What about the pig, tiger, monkey? Do they have to go to the same lengths as the snake?
Their clash with Tai Sui isn't quite as strong, but it's still a good idea for them to be mindful. Maybe try some of those remedies and practices we talked about.
Better to be safe than sorry, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now before we wrap things up, I want to shift gears a bit. I've been noticing this theme of snake jewelry throughout our research.
Ah, yes. Snake jewelry. It's more than just a fashion statement, you know. It's been a powerful symbol for a long time in lots of different cultures. Transformation, healing, protection.
So it's like carrying a little reminder of your inner strength and resilience.
Exactly. It represents shedding those old ways of being, adapting to challenges, and embracing renewal.
It's like you're carrying a bit of that wood snake energy with you.
Right. And it's not just about the meaning. Snake jewelry can be so beautifully made with these intricate details and stunning designs.
So it's a way to express your personal style and connect with a deeper meaning at the same time.
Hmm.
I'm curious, are there certain kinds of snake jewelry that are considered especially lucky or powerful?
It really comes down to personal preference, what calls to you. But snake rings, bracelets, necklaces, even earrings are all popular choices.
And what about the materials? Do certain metals or gemstones have special meanings?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Gold is often linked with prosperity, while silver is said to be more protective. Amethyst is supposed to boost intuition and spiritual awareness. And then there's jade, which is all about good luck and harmony.
So it's like choosing your own power piece. Okay, so as we wrap up our deep dive into the year of the wood snake, what are the key things you want our listeners to remember?
Embrace change. This is the year to shed those old patterns, step outside that comfort zone, and really go after what you want.
And don't forget, each sign will experience this energy differently. Pay attention to the guidance for your specific animal and use it to navigate the year.
Be mindful of Tai Sui. Remember those remedies and practices we talked about?
And maybe consider adding a little snake jewelry to your life. It's a beautiful way to connect with that transformative energy. You can find some amazing pieces in the collections over at Zen Heavens.
The year of the wood snake has so much potential. Embrace the journey and trust yourself.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you found it helpful and inspiring. Until next time, keep seeking, keep learning, and keep diving deep.